All right. Again, positive thinking. Women's basketball clinches a share of the SEC regular season championship yesterday with their victory over Kentucky. Not only did they win the basketball game, they then won the coin toss. They'll be the number 1 seed again in Greenville this coming week. They'll get started on Friday at noon. There's a lot to explain and break down with that women's basketball bracket, but they will get the double bye, but they knock off Kentucky yesterday 78-66 on Senior Day. Very fun atmosphere there at Colonial Life Arena for the Gamecocks and Dawn Staley, who again, they clinch a share of the SEC regular season championship with Texas. Tahina Pau yesterday, 13 points for her. You also got Tessa Johnson filling it up with 16 points. Chloe Kitts goes for 12 points and 10 rebounds. Really, really good week. I feel like if we were having to give an award for player of the week across all sports, Chloe Kitts would be right up there with it. 12 points, 10 rebounds for her yesterday. Again, the Gamecocks get the victory 78-66. They pull away there in the fourth quarter for that, and they will now get ready for the SEC women's tournament this week starting Wednesday. They don't play till Friday, and they'll again be the number 1 seed in that. Want to stay positive on this? All right, let's stay positive. You can also talk about the men's team. How about the men's team and what they did Saturday afternoon? Pretty unexpected, I think. They were a 1.5-point favorite going into the game. I was talking with some people. I said, Vegas may know something we don't know. Vegas didn't know anything. They were way off on the point spread. South Carolina should have been favored by 17.5 as they win convincingly over Arkansas. Didn't knock Arkansas out of the latest bracketology, but the Razorbacks come in here with head coach John Calipari, and they go down 72-53. Should have been 18.5-point spread is what it should have been. The Gamecocks roll over Arkansas. That game got out of hand early on, and it was Colin Murray-Boyles with a career high 35 points for the sophomore, who I think, as I was talking with Jamie Bradford, may have locked himself firmly into the top 20 of the NBA draft after that particular performance. South Carolina jumped all over Arkansas early Saturday, 32-14 lead at halftime. Outscored the Razorbacks in the second half as well, and the Gamecocks roll to a 72-53 victory. One of the more interesting stat lines on the day, we talk about Nick Pringle was fantastic, 18-9. You can talk about Jordan Butler getting in there, even shooting another shot inside the three-point range. How about that for him? He was also 2 of 4 from three-point range, but Jordan Butler finishing with 9 points. But one of the more interesting stat lines, Zach Davis, 30 minutes played, 29 minutes, 41 seconds to be exact, scored just 1 point. But the ultimate team player, 10 rebounds for Zach Davis on Saturday and 5 assists. So a very good performance for him despite hitting just 1 free throw. So that was positive. Need more things to be positive about? Well, how about women's softball? They go on the road to number 8 Duke, and they don't just win, they sweep Duke up in Durham. Ashley Chastain Woodard's program now 19-0. The best start ever. Best start ever is 20-0. That occurred in 1976. And the women softball, I know that's kind of redundant to say, but the softball program now 19-0 under first-year head coach Ashley Chastain Woodard. They've got Youngstown State coming up on Wednesday, March the 5th. That'll be 6 p.m. over at Beckham Field. And then, boy, do they get set for a huge SEC showdown on the road at Oklahoma. Oklahoma, kind of the crown jewel of women's, not just the SEC, but women's softball as a whole. So Ashley Chastain Woodard, great job, 19-0. Chance to get to 20-0 on Wednesday, and then you get Oklahoma this coming weekend. Last week, we had Tony Annan in studio. Want more positive thinking? The men's soccer team, spring exhibition season, still exhibition season, but they knocked off the Canadian team, who I had absolutely no chance at all to be able to pronounce correctly, so we just called them a Canadian semi-professional team. The men's soccer team thumped them 5-0 Friday afternoon. Isaiah Whitaker, a brand new center midfielder, comes in with a great performance, and Mika Habel also absolutely fantastic coming off of his injury. 5-0, the men's soccer team rolling over a Canadian team. Again, won't make myself pronounce that. That wouldn't go well for me, and that would be negative thinking. Need more positive thinking? All right, hey, I got that for you. How about the women's tennis team. They knock off Florida and number 6 Auburn over the weekend. Beat Florida on Friday and then take down number 6 Auburn on Sunday. Their record now 7-4 on the season, so really good victories for them over the weekend. All right, you want to be a little negative? Okay, I understand. It's Monday. Nobody likes Mondays. You got a case of the Mondays? I got it. Cool, whatever. Men's tennis not faring so well. They lost to Kentucky on Sunday. They did beat Auburn a week ago, 7 days ago, but maybe that doesn't work for all of you. And then if you really want to be negative, you want to be that person say, I heard all of that. That's a lot of winning. I don't care. I don't get it. Who cares? Yeah, the baseball team got swept. And it didn't go well. We've just spent about 2 hours talking about that, and we're going to let you listen to some Paul Maneri audio coming up here this hour as we break it down a little bit more. Yes, the baseball team, they lose on Friday night 5-3. Saturday, obviously, not the kind of contest you wanted. And then yesterday, the game gets completely away from them in the 8th and 9th inning, and they fall 8-2 yesterday at Founders Park. So that is, if you want to be positive, this is a case in who you are. You glass half full or glass half empty. If you want to be positive, basketball, phenomenal week. We're winning coin tosses, Jen.
I mean,
winning games, winning coin tosses, phenomenal. Women's softball, phenomenal. Men's soccer, phenomenal. Women's tennis, beat a top 10 team in Auburn. Phenomenal.
Great results at the NFL Combine for some of our guys. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
Or you can be that person and be like, yeah, that's the baseball team lost.